Recording in summer is awful. I just brought my microphone from another cooler room and I'm just ripping it. It's so cool. It's so cold. You won't believe what we're drawing today, gang. I've been addicted to watching those pony redesign videos. I eat them up. So here is my attempt. Also, don't quiz me on the lore if it's not accurate. I haven't watched the show in years. And I don't even know what season I watched up to because I got it on DVD at one of those rental movie places. God, I miss those. We used to be a real country. So I didn't pay attention to what season it was, which ones I had, and it's been so long. I don't even think I had a favourite out of the Mane Six. I just like the princesses. So first I started by sketching out some basic shapes and ideas for like heights, portraits, and the body types. If you can't tell, I'm not good at drawing ponies. I don't do it often. This is just a sketch, trust. Start with Pinkie first. My notes for her were short and fluffy with lots of round shapes. You can also see me changing my sketch when I realised I could have given her a little wheel thing. I don't know what to call it. I guess if I did an Equestria Girls version, I'd probably translate it to a wheelchair. But I chose this for her because, you know those little things you bought for your bike? You like stuck them on the spokes and then when you rolled along they would go clink, 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 clink. That, I wanted to give her that. I wanted her to be noisy. I want you to be able to hear her coming from a long way away. You just hear little plastic things on the wheels and the little bell. She's probably the most accessorized out of all of them. She's got like bracelets, earrings, bows, a headband bow, a little bell collar. I spent the longest on this one, I think because she's very fluffy. That required some rendering. It could have also been because I was just figuring things out, which put a bit of pressure on the later ones. I got concerned when I started getting a little quicker drawing these. I'd hope the quality doesn't decrease. I considered giving her socks, but I ended up doing that with Twilight later, so I didn't. She also has little freckles. I think they're fake. She has a little updo at the back of her hair. You can't really see it. And her hair's a bit shorter as well. I don't know why, short hair just suits her. And I can't tell if I gave her a patch over her eye. I can't tell if that's just the lighting. It kind of looks like a patch. I don't know. And the yellow and blue in her hair is from a line of toys. I don't know which one, but I think they ate there. They ate a little, I fear. Here she is, isn't she a little cutie patootie? Rainbow is everything I thought I was as a kid. As for her height, she's about average height out of all of them. Pinkie's the shortest, which is probably obvious. Everyone draws her as the shortest. But she's got an average build. She's more muscular than the others, but I couldn't really portray that because I don't know how to draw buff horses. She also has a missing leg. I thought that would look cool. I'm thinking maybe because she's just going so fast, I don't know, maybe it exploded or something. I had the idea of her naturally having grey hair. I thought that would be neat. I thought it would provide such a nice contrast to the rainbows to make them pop. So I left a bit of grey in there. I could have done a bit more grey, like having her hair more grey and then just having rainbow streaks. That would have made them pop more, but I don't know. She also has some cute eyeliner in the Wonderbolts bandana. That's what they're called, right? I don't remember. Her ears are also permanently pinned back from how fast she's going. They're just permanently stuck there. She also has a little fang. I thought that was cute. I like drawing little fangs. And she has scars. I think that's where I'm going really fast. Either it's just like split her skin, like the one on her mouth. It's kind of like how her mouth gets pulled back when she flies fast. And then maybe the one on her nose is from skin splitting or like hitting a tree or something. There's also some last minute leg warmers that I was too lazy to render, but I thought the pop of pink looked really nice. Here she is, ain't she epic? My Twilight design is purposefully a little bare bones. She's just got the average build, average fluff, maybe a little bit of white fluff in her ears. That's because I'm saving all the good bits for her alicorn design. This is her early season 1 design. She has a really short stubby horn, more aligned with the unicorns in the actual show. I'm not a big fan of the stubby horn, but I gave it to her here because it's going to grow. Maybe it's like the horn grows with age. I think that could be neat. Her hair's up in a bun, she's got glasses. I considered giving her a necklace, but I ended up going for like a collar. I was thinking the necklace could be more like her very first episode 1 design. I'm still thinking about that. I just didn't draw it here because I didn't want to have 2 designs. And then she ditches the necklace pretty early on in the show. She's also very slouched. This is also something that changes in her later design. And maybe she has stars in her eyes. I don't know. I didn't draw that. But she has a little star buckle on her book bag. And little socks. Hating Fluttershy is a genuine red flag for me. And I'm not joking. I mean, you can hate any character you want, but coming up with various murder fantasies, that sounds oddly specific, but I genuinely stopped watching someone because of that. Diva, if you know someone that hates a shy character that much, don't go alone with him is all I'm saying. I didn't change that much about her design. I kind of wish I did more. She doesn't have that many accessories, but that could be just in character. She's very tall and doe-like little hooves, and she's got speckled patterns on her back, but they're covered by her wings. She's also got very big wings. Pretty sure it's a thing that she doesn't fly very often, so you could say she has small wings for that, but I think big wings are heavier and harder to control. So she's got giant wings. They're very heavy. She's got a fluffy chest like a bird. I think that was very cute. I also played around with the idea of her having long feathered hooves, but I didn't end up going with that one just for this piece. I don't know if I would do that in the future if I draw her again, just because the position was kind of awkward and I didn't want to draw it. She has a very upturned nose and very long ears with lots of fluff. And she has a vine bracelet, which I imagine is woven by Angel. If I did it later in the series design, I think I'd give her makeup. Later on in the series when she gets more confident, maybe she'd wear some more. There she is. What a little kitty patootie. Can we get a shout out to lesbians in here? I made Applejack very stocky and gave her her mother's hair texture, I think. I haven't seen that episode, I just seen some people giving it to her and I thought that was very cute. She also has a shorter tail, so it doesn't get in the way. She's very stocky and large. She's the second tallest. I have a height comparison at the end. And then she's got a harness to carry carriages. That's probably not what they look like, but I thought it was neat. And she's got a little apple-shaped buckle on it. Her braids are very cute, and she also has a very broad nose. So now, I don't know. She has some feathering around her hooves, but not much. Sort of giving Clydesdale? I'm not sure. I don't think I made her freckles visible enough, that's my bad. I also decided last minute to give her a bandage on her leg. I think it's a nice pop of colour. Look at her. That's a lass right there. Like I said before, I don't think I have a favourite, but thinking about it while drawing this, it might be Rarity. That's an icon right there. She's very slender and the most mystical unicorn looking out of all of them. She's got very tiny hooves too. Her build's very similar to Fluttershy, but she's a lot smaller. She has a long horn and very fluffy ears. Maybe she's one of the older ones. I gave her like a little beehive updo. I thought that was pretty, and then a very long tail. She also has earrings. I think I forgot to draw them until the last minute. I also wanted to give her clothes because she's a fashion designer. She needs more clothes. Did they even make like a dress-up doll of her? I think that would be so neat. She probably wasn't that popular. She has these little stockings on, and I had the idea of having her hooves be painted like blue. You can't see that because they're under the stockings, but they are. Trust. And she's got a little bit of feathering, but that's also under the stockings. I considered giving her glasses, her red glasses. I decided not to because I thought the red was too much. I also considered giving her a bridle, thought it looked very pretty. I'm just not sure about the implications of that. Oh hey, look at her, isn't she neat? Look at this diva, she knows she's the shit. And here's a little height chart of all of them. It's not completely accurate because if I wanted them to be completely accurate, I would have drawn them all on the same canvas, which I probably should have done. I was just too lazy. So it looks kind of awkward. Some look massive, some look tiny. It doesn't matter. Here's a better look at their heights, and then the whole gang together. Aren't they neat? I'm surprised I managed to pull this off and draw all of them. There's one thing you should know about me is that I can procrastinate until the end of time, until the life leaves my eyes. Maybe knowing that I'd be able to draw the princess as soon is what motivated me to finish. Ooh. Stay tuned for that, I guess. Peace out, every pony.